Hello to Paul's Take. Stand by. Countdown. Hello, welcome to Paul's Take. And today is my take on Neuralink's demonstration. That's right. So today was a big day for all you Neuralink nerds. Elon Musk did a live demonstration. It was live, but it was late. I believe it was about 45 minutes late. I was waiting for pins and needles. I wanted to see this demonstration. I was curious how they were going to do it. So for just a quick brief recap on Neuralink, in case you're just happen to stumble upon this channel without knowing what the heck you're watching, Neuralink is Elon Musk. You know Elon Musk, Tesla guy that created Tesla and SpaceX. Well, another company of his is Neuralink, which what he does is they want to use these cool, fancy robots. So you go to the day spa, you sit there, and they put a thing on your head, a robot on your head, and then they drill a hole about a coin-size piece of your skull. They take it right out of your skull. They remove a coin-sized piece of your skull, and they replace it with a cap. A cap with these wires that come out, right? Let's get some wires. There's like 1,000 of them, I think. And then they come out of the little thing, little plug of the, and they use the fancy robot, and it's going to do everything automatically. So it infuses these little pieces into your brain, and then the cap goes back to that hole they took out. It replaces the hole in your head with this computer, and then they put the skin back on, stitch it back up, and you're good to go. Supposedly within an hour, you'll be on your way to Neurotown. So what does it do? Well, it's supposed to do all these crazy things. Hold on. So it's supposed to, I guess the first generation, I guess it's supposed to help out people with different kind of ailments in your brain, right? But the ultimate goal is limitless, I guess, apparently. So like you can basically like, interface to your cell phone. You can like, what can you do with it? I don't know. You can use your thoughts to get information or express your ideas. Like if you're trying to express, like if you're, I guess apparently, like say you're an engineer, right? And you're not a very good drawer. And you're in a room and everybody has a little Neuralinks. So all you gotta do is think what you want. And everybody will be tapped in and get a real full-on 360-degree vision of what you have in your head. And then you could tell people secrets, like you see somebody down the road, see your friend, you're like, or your girlfriend or something, you're in class and you could be like telling her stuff in your head, and she could read your mind probably too well. I don't know. What other things can you do with it? You can tell the time. No, you can supposedly, if you're blind, they can help you see again. And there's a bunch of things apparently that you can use it for, playing video games, all these great things that I forgot. I watched the whole thing. It was like I don't know, hour and a half or so, the demonstration. So I predicted on yesterday's show, because I was wondering, what are they going to do on this demonstration? So they're going to actually demo it, right? So that's what they said, live demonstration. That was what they claimed. So did they do a live demonstration? Well, kind of. And you know, Elon Musk, Tesla, SpaceX, you're thinking pretty grandiose, right? But I already knew ahead of time that they didn't have the authority from the EPA or somebody, an EPA, whatever, to go drilling in people's heads and installing the stuff. So I figured they probably would test it on an animal. I said dog, but they tested it on a pig, right? And what The only thing it really demonstrated to me was the fact that they can read the pig's brain waves. So when he stimulated or when it's doing stuff, you can kind of, I guess you could map out. I guess the first thing to do is map out the brain. So like if I wanted a beverage, if I wanted to drink this thing, so I'll reach for the thing and I grab it and I drink it like this. And then it will map out the signal that I just sent to create that action. So once they map out everything, I guess that's what they're showing. They're showing how they're mapping the movements and thoughts of this pig. Then I guess once they figure out the signals, then maybe they can repeat the signals back to the pig. And then that would be a way for them to make things happen, I guess. I don't know. So was I impressed? I don't know. Was I impressed with the demonstration? It wasn't really exciting. I'll be honest with you. It was pretty dull. Even the whole tempo of the whole thing was pretty dumb. I mean, not dumb, dull. They did have like a question and answer with the crew, with the team. I felt that was probably the most interesting thing. And they were explaining like what their dreams for this, the aspirations of the future for this Neuralink. So I guess one of the big questions that I had was how much it was going to cost, right? And apparently, of course, the first ones will be very expensive. But down the road, his dream, his idea, his goal is for anybody that would want one can afford one. It wasn't going to be like meant for the rich or anything. It was for like anybody. World, got some cats over there making noises. Anyways, so it's supposed to be for the world. Anybody that wanted one should be able to get one. And also, I guess his biggest concern was that this was supposed to link up to AI. That way you could be one with AI. Oh, be synced up, because otherwise AI would smoke us, right? AI would destroy us to be much smarter than us. We'll be able to compete with them. But if we're one with the AI, maybe we can all get along better. So that was his plan. So anyway, so he thinks that after a few years in these really cool robots that's supposed to do all this stuff for you. So it's supposed to be as easy as walking into Best Buy. And you're like, yeah, I'd like to get that Neuralink. Oh, sure, come over here. You go into this little room. They put a little thing on your head, and the robot just does everything for you. And an hour later, you're good to go. You're linked up. So my question, let's see here. One thing I thought was really funny. So when you think of Neuralink, and I guess they're using the same type of technology of like smart devices, like your smartphone and your smart watch and your smart glasses that never really came around. That there's going to be a battery in there, right? So guess what? You're going to have to charge it like every night. So that was, it's like, yeah, it'll last all day, and you just charge it at night when you're going to sleep. Well, it's not like you're going to take it out and put it on a charger. You're going to have to sleep with a charger on your head. How exciting is that? Really, dude. Anyhow, what do I think? What do I think of the whole thing? I thought the demonstration was pretty dull. I think his ambitions are high. He probably can do everything he said he can do, potentially. I do think it's further out into the future, though. I think all the good stuff. He thinks it'll be sooner than later, but I think it'll be later than sooner. And I don't see how it's going to be worth even $2,000. And the whole procedure of getting your skull removed and putting some electrodes into your brain be worth it. It's going to be much later. I'm thinking 20 years. Yeah, they'll have it running in about 5 at a certain level. It probably wouldn't be decent until like 10 years. And even then, after that, I don't know. It'd have to be another generation, because I think this generation, myself, I personally would never do that. I mean, I don't say never. Never is a long time. But I wouldn't do it. It's just okay. I like electronics. I like my cell phones. I like my computers. I like everything. I like all electronics. But to have my skull, a piece of my skull removed, having wires stuck into my brain just for to be high tech, to have to be like, oh, cool, I got a new watch, a new phone, or whatever. No, I'm gonna get the skull. No, I ain't having. The last I heard, the brain is very fragile and important, right? It's important, and I think you shouldn't mess with it. That's me. Messing with your brain sounds like an epically dumb thing to do. And not only that, there's that aspect of it, right? It just doesn't seem natural to put things in your brain, right? I mean, I could see if you had some really big health issue, like if you were blind, it would help you see. Yeah, I could see that. Or if you had like epilepsy, and they would kind of like stimulate your brain so you wouldn't have it. I could see that. So for medical purposes, that would change your life and definitely increase the quality of your life. Yeah, I get that. But just to have a cool tech item in your brain doesn't seem, I don't know, not worth it to me. Seems crazy to me, to tell you the truth. It seems insane, just loco. Not only that, there's another part to it as well. Okay. Think of it. Okay, so there's the fact that you got to have the operation done right. And then this thing is run on batteries. And we all know, like with those hoverboards and sometimes cell phones or laptops, you have it plugged in too long, gets too hot, it blows up. Okay, now you might have a defect, something in your skull that potentially could overheat, blow up, or just malfunction. Okay, so you have that. I just don't trust anything man-made to go into my skull unless I really, really had to. It feels like saving my life or something. But to voluntarily mess with a perfectly good brain, hypothetically perfectly good, because mine might be a little off. But yeah, to mess with it, no. And the other thing, okay, so here's even another aspect of this that I don't like. Okay, is the fact that wouldn't they be able to read your brain if it got so advanced where it's really cool to have, like, just your thoughts can upload to the cloud and you could remember things and all this stuff? Well, wouldn't the cloud, wouldn't Neuralink or Elon Musk or the government have all access to your brain, all your thoughts, all your wishes, all your desires? They'd be able to read everything. They can see you when you're naked, see who you're messing with. They can not only see who you're messing with, say you're sleeping with your neighbors or something. I don't know, your friend's girlfriend or something. Well, for one, not only will they be able to experience it, because now they have your brain waves, they can experience whatever you're doing. They can experience you making love to your own wife or something. They can experience that because they have the brain waves. They have access to all of it. So if I'm working over there at Neuralink, I can be like, hey, that dude's got a hot girlfriend. I wonder what it's like to sleep with her. Oh, I'll just plug it in. I'll hook it up, receive their thoughts, all that, whatever they're experiencing, I can experience because you're tapping right into their brain, and then you can receive that information into your own brain. You can experience what other people are doing, which could be pretty erotic in some ways, but there would be no privacy in your life. You'd be basically sleeping with everybody, and you'd be letting everybody sleep with you. You know what I'm saying? That's just twisted and weird. Kind of freaky deaky also, but nonetheless, it's crazy. But seriously though, think about it. If they have access to your brain waves, your thoughts, everything is in your brain. Your whole experience in life is in your brain. Now, granted, you probably could you can probably rent an experience, like go on, instead of download a movie, you can download experiences, and some of those experiences could be erotic or jumping out of a plane. You can see it, feel it, have all those sensations because it's in your head. Crazy. So think about that. So if you can receive it, you can send that information as well. And also this, for all you criminal people out there, I know most of you guys are criminals, and you never know it sneaking into your brain and watching you sleep with your wife, something like that. Well, okay, so now you're mad. You broke the law, did something terrible. Now, potentially, they could say, the government can say, that person's too dangerous. We got to shut that person down. You have something in your skull that most likely, when they have the technology there to be able to do it safely, can probably shut your brain down. They probably can like shock your system. You're like, let's shut them down. Next thing you know, you're like, you're dead. They could blow up the battery in your head or something on purpose. Or maybe they can control your actions. Maybe like, all right, Paul from Paul's Take, you're under arrest. They don't have to get you. They don't have to come get you anymore. They just program in the computer, come to the police station. And you're like, heck no. Next thing you know, you're like, oh my God, I'm going to the police station. I have no control over my body because they control your brain. They can override your system. Next thing you know, you're walking in jail all by yourself. They don't got to come get you, which may seem like a good thing for some, but a creepy control factor that they would have over you, over your body and mind. You're thinking, Paul, you're paranoid. They would never do that. They would never spy on you. They wouldn't even have to have cameras on anymore. They could see what everybody's doing. Just link it into their brain. Just link into, you want to see what's going on? What's Paul doing over there? They would just link right into your brain and watch. Let's see what Paul, he's about ready to smack the girl on the head. And then crazy. Don't know your thoughts. You could be a writer, have all these crazy thoughts, and be like, this guy's twisted. We got to keep an eye on him. But would you be willing to potentially give up your freedom of free will, freedom of privacy, freedom to keep your thoughts private? Nothing would be sacred. They can have total access to your thoughts, your sight, everything. I wouldn't do it. There ain't no way. So I think, like, if it's like this big, huge conspiracy theory, it's their master plan to depopularize the earth. Elon Musk could be on this. I mean, he's all into keeping the environment green. That's why he's got the Tesla electric vehicles, because it's green. That's why he's got the solar, they call it solar city or something. That solar power. It says keep the planet clean and off of fossil fuels. He's going to send 1 million people to the moon, or to Mars. Get rid of some people on Earth and send them to Mars. It's because we want a multi-planet species. No, maybe he's trying to kick out a bunch of people from Earth. Maybe he's just like, well, there's too many people on Earth. You know what the Georgia Guidestones say? You got to reduce the population to 500 million, I think it was. Well, there's like 7.2 billion on Earth. So where are all those people going? Well, you got your Neuralink that can just potentially wipe out everybody that thinks differently. Think of it this way. What if, say, the Democratic Party or Republican Party or this new Elon Musk party decides, you know what? Whoever is against me, I'm just going to push this button and explode their Neuralink, and they will be fried. And only ones left are the ones that worship me. Okay? It could happen. He could be some kind of crazy, evil genius. He's got people who worship him. They like love him to death. So keep that in mind. Well, I'm curious what you think. I'm curious who would actually do this. Who would do that? Who has that much trust that they would allow a company, especially a newer company, to just start drilling holes in your head and potentially lose all your privacy? Who is willing to do that? Who is the guinea pigs? Would you do it? So put that in your car. I just want to know, seriously. I know a lot of people that are probably watching this are probably into this Tesla and SpaceX and Neuralink. They're probably big Elon Musk fans. So let me know if you be willing to do it. Would you? For the potential of being super smart and I don't know, whatever benefits that it might have. Or would you be like, forget that noise? But I was about to say this before I forgot, that I think that down the road, when this technology is proven and the technology is good for everybody, it'll help you. It's going to help you down the road. It'll be like, oh, it'll save you from all these ailments somehow. And it's going to be able to like see if you're sick and make you better and make you smarter. And then it's going to be like a requirement. Or maybe they're going to do it at birth. We're going to put this in all your kids. Be free of charge because we're sweet that way. But it's just a way of controlling you. And also, they can mess with the chemical composition of your brain, right? So, say you got these people, somebody in general, whoever, just average Joe Smo, that has anger issues, right? Well, they can probably just go into your computer, put in a little address, just put on Paul seems kind of angry. Let's make him calm down. And they like mess with the composition of your brain. Next thing you know, you're the most docile person ever. Maybe they'll do that to everybody. Maybe they'll put everybody into this docile state. They're just like, everybody like, whoa, just like lay downs. The people that don't fight back, that will follow, be good followers to the system. Is that what they're going to do? They could. They have access to your brain. You can be like, and then, or you could be the opposite. Say these sick, twisted people. I mean, really, come on, they have this Epstein's Island where they got all these young girls and stuff. Well, say you're these demonic, twisted people that do all these orgies and stuff. Well, if they want, say you're like totally hot, right? Like me, they can go into my brain and turn my sweet, innocent self, change my hormones, and I'm a raging whore or something. That's why they got like a nympho. And then afterwards, they could erase my memory and wouldn't even know what happened. That could happen to me. I fear for that. They would do that. The potential to take over the world and have the whole world as their little soldiers, because they're linked into your brain, is a risk. It really is. I say, forget that risk. I would pass on that. Yeah, who would do that? I had some other things too. Should have wrote down notes. Anyhow, I guess it's late. I got a late start today. I apologize. Oh, did you hear today? I don't know if you watched the news. What's that guy's name? I heard some really sad news today. The actor from, the Black Panther, the lead actor, Chadwick Boseman, he died today. He had cancer. So thoughts and prayers out to their family. That's a terrible loss. And he's only 43 years old. Colon cancer. That's sad. All right, I don't like sad news. Let's go move on. Nothing really else exciting in the news. People are protesting like crazy. Riots, looting. See, if they were all wearing their little Neuralinks, they could just like say, pause. Everybody pause in the middle of the street. We're ready to burn down something. Pause. And they wouldn't do anything. They'd be like, oh, change your mindset to docile and loving and caring. So they're like, oh, I love you, man. You're the best, dude. I can't believe it. So I did have I almost forgot. I actually have a what's the word I'm looking for? Not a cure. A way to fix this problem. Yes, I have a solution. I have a solution to the Neuralink's big, giant, huge, negative part of the whole process. There's actually two. Anyways, so the biggest thing about it is having the computer in your skull. They're going to replace your skull with this computer, right? And then put the skin over it, and it's underneath, and you can't have access to it. You can't get it out, right? Just it's stuck on you forever. Then you use wireless charging to charge it at night, which to me seems in itself too inconvenient and annoying, for sure. But in the future, what's going to happen? I'll tell you what's going to happen. I just forgot another section. Okay, so in the future, right? Here's who's going to do it. Really competitive people that want to succeed, CEOs, business leaders, people that wants to be like really smart. They're going to take the risk because they're so competitive. They want the edge. So people are going to realize there's no way to compete with these super connected AI people unless they do it. That's going to probably be the driving force to get the Neuralink, because you can't compete. You won't be able to compete in the world of Neuralink people. They'll just be too smart, too quick, too sharp. Memories will be perfect. You can remember every detail. You can recall every moment. Playback so-and-so. You can't lie to them. They have it playback. You don't have that access. You would be stupid compared to them. They would be a whole other level. So to compete, you're going to need it. But see, I'm already a successful YouTuber. I don't need it. But if you want to be on that level of the masters of the world, you're going to have to get the Neuralink. Otherwise, you just won't be able to compete. You'd be like a second-class citizen. All right, but I have a solution. I have a solution to make it work. Okay, so first of all, down the road, probably another, who knows, 30, 40 years, they're going to realize, or maybe another company will come out, because I think part of this is the control. I think why they want it in your head. I'm sure they must have thought of this. They want it in your head so they can control you. You can't just take it out. You're stuck. You can't get it out. You can't remove it. Because otherwise, the obvious solution is not to have anything. Well, just have the piece that has the little, the little wires that connect into your brain. Have that piece go into your brain, but there's nothing to it just besides the wires. It just goes in there. There's no smart chip. There's nothing, no computer, nothing. It's just the wires. And then from the outside, so then that's just the part that's in your head. And then you have your computer that you just like put it on top, connect it, or just have a little thing connects to another, like a relay, small signal, goes to another spot, and then so it would be external. So then if you want to charge it up, you got to put it on your head. You just like, you grab the thing like your watch or something, your little thing, or maybe like a little magnet pieces on your head, like a little Jewish cap or something. And then you just remove it. So that way, say you want privacy. All you got to do is remove it. So I think further down the road, it'll all be wireless anyways. You won't even need the wires in your skull. You won't need to have the invasive procedure. Now, like I said, that seems like it should be able to be done down the road, but they will lose their control, because I think a big part of it, like I said, is to control. If you could just like put it on like a hat, here's my hat with the Neuralink connections, well then, guess what? They can't control you, because if you think you're being chased or you want some privacy, just take off the hat and you're good to go. You know what I'm saying? That would be the solution, to have something like that, like a hat, where you can remove it. Or if you're being chased by the cops, you can remove it. Or if you don't trust it, or you don't like it, you realize, what, I don't like the idea of all this. Just remove it. You can do it yourself. You don't have to go to a lab to get that thing removed. And once it's in there, you don't know what they're putting in there. You can say, oh, you can try it out. You have a 90-day tryout period, free. Try it out for free. And once they make the procedure, got a hole in your head, putting things in there, you don't know what they're going to leave in there. They can leave another chip in there. You say, oh yeah, it didn't work out. No problem. We'll take it out there, remove it. They remove the bigger part, but then the little piece they leave inside, they can still trace you and melt your brain. All right. You get the idea. Let me know what you think of Neuralink. Tell me if you would do it. I think you should. I would not, at least unless I have some kind of ailment. There is one part of it that I really do like, though, I got to admit, is the part that supposedly you have playback. You can remember things, like you remember everything. So if you had an experience, say you had a really great date, or you had a really great day, you had a great experience, you went to, I don't know, a amusement park or something, or you're with that one redhead over there, or something, who knows. When you're bored, you're sitting back in the house, you could just like relive that moment. And it's not just a memory, but you can relive it completely. I think that would be really cool. That would be the coolest thing, if you ask me. Alrighty. What do you think is the coolest part? You tell me. Tell me. Would you do it? Would you? Tell me. Anyhow, thanks for watching. If you're new, please hit subscribe, help the channel out. Hit a like button, that helps the channel out as well. And we will see you. Let's see here. Today is Friday night, so probably not till Sunday night. So have a great weekend and see you Sunday night.